What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares. Your support really does warm my heart, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy your higher self has brought you here. You are in for an amazing journey. Now, what I'm going to be doing this week is a tarot card reading for the week of December 4th through the 10th. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems are getting settled in. Everything's just all great, Cancer. Now, what we're going to be focusing on this week is self-growth, and just how we can get in touch with, better in touch with our higher selves and just become the best version of Cancer that I know you and I both can be. And I'll be pulling 10 cards with that, and we'll be getting clarifying cards as need be. And of course, we'll do a good old surprise card at the end, because who doesn't love a good surprise card? And in case y'all were curious, I'm using the Astro Matrix Tarot deck. It's a modern and diverse version of the Rider-Waite deck, so hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I've been. And I've included a link down in the description box below with all the decks that I use, so you can check it out, have fun with the Cancer, just there, make the most of it. But without further ado, let's get into your first card here. Higher self, what are some past experience that has led Cancer up until now? What are some past energies that we've been working with? Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Cancer. King of Cups. So, with the King of Cups, good start. The King of Cups for me, he's a very, just a very emotionally stable figure. He's the type that, he's got a little air and he's got a little water in his chart. So he observes his emotions here because he's throned on an ocean. This is Pisces energy here. He's throned on an ocean here. Excuse me, thrown on an ocean here. And he analyzes like his feelings. Imagine your feelings are the ocean. Sees what's going on in that ocean. It can be really busy, but observes it and then lets that wisdom sort of wash over him, and then keeps it moving. And that's what I feel like you're doing. I feel like in the past we've been working on trying to get more control of our emotions. Which, I mean, considering who we are, Cancer, that's a good thing to be working on too. So that we're not like. It's one thing to observe, it's another to attach. So, and if this is something that we've been having some troubles with, and that's understandable. Because you got to think too, Cancer, our ruler is the moon, and she's going through different phases, through different signs. And I actually read something really interesting. When she goes void of course, that's like the only time that she's not influenced by any other signs. It's just her just being her for that, however long that period of, long as that duration is. So I feel like it's about kind of like finding yourself in that void of course, if you will. Finding, if you've been having troubles with this, separating yourselves from all outside emotions and just finding out, how do you feel, Cancer? How do you feel in this moment? And that's just for those who, if we haven't been working on this thing or been having kind of trouble. So that's a really great start, Cancer. Let's see where that's kind of brought you to in the present here. Higher self, where is being this kingly, being this king that Cancer is? Oh, and keep in mind, this isn't a gender-specific reading, so you are all kings in this scenario. But let's see where that's brought us to in the present, Cancer. All right, so where's that how's this energy brought Cancer to the present? How's that, oh, okay. How's that shaped us? Ah, okay. Eight of Swords. So, with the Eight of Swords upright, this is a card of kind of like feeling that we're restricted here. So maybe this is something that since we've decided to work on this thing, or at least maybe we've been thinking about working on this thing, I feel like, when you really start to explore those emotions and really start doing a deep dive in that, we're going to hit some roadblocks along the way. And that's where I feel like with this Eight of Swords popping up, we've hit one of those roadblocks. And it might have just been some real kind of deep stuff, Cancer. I'm not sure the degree of what we're dealing with, but Cancer is, as just kind of a generalization, is, we're rooted to the past and kind of tied to karma. So it can be a little tricky sometimes, when those real sort of deep emotions come up, they can really kind of overwhelm us sometimes. But, this is Jupiter in Cancer, or excuse me, Jupiter in Gemini here, and I bring that up because Gemini is a dual, like a duality sign. That Gemini and Pisces. So I feel like it's one of those things. If we've been feeling kind of restricted and tied and bound by these emotions here, and just kind of really caught up in our head, maybe trying to picture it from a different perspective. That's where That's where this dual nature. That's why I brought that up. Because I feel like there's fortune in this, there's expansion, because that's what Jupiter's energy is about. So it's like, and that's what we need to do, Cancer, like how I'm kind of working with this energies, but that's how we channel our King of Cups energy. We're observing this stuff. It's like, okay, this thing did have some kind of power over me, but why is it that it has so much power? Why do I give it so much control? Because the thing too, these puddles of water down here, they're supposed to represent her intuition. And it's just like we've let that well kind of run dry a little bit. It's just about getting back in touch with that thing, observing this stuff here, and not becoming, not letting it restrict us in a way. So, it's a tricky game when we try to get into that, Cancer, but it's something that I've noticed with practice, it really starts to sync up. Absolutely. So let's see. Let's get to the third card here, which is going to be your higher self, and how do we get there? So higher self, how do we get close and better in touch with you? Let's see. Where the universe is, the energy is trying to guide us, Cancer, right now. Let's see how that. Oh, okay. Nice. We got the Three of Cups. And Cancer, that's awesome. Because this is a card of abundance. This is a card of celebration. And I feel like this is about being able to, I feel like, fully express ourselves in all of our emotions here. Because this is Mercury and Cancer here. And, having that type of energy, Mercury is how we communicate and I feel like if you can find a way, or where your higher self is trying to get you at, is where we can better express our emotions and really revel in the joy of that, because there is power in that. Because I don't know if this is something that you're aware of, Cancer, but we're one of the cardinal signs, along with Aries, Libra, and Capricorn. And just, cardinal signs, they're the starters, they're the go-getters, they're the ones, they're the they're initiators, if you will. But I feel like sometimes with how Cancerian energy is looked at, we almost get sort of like a fixed vibe, which is like we kind of have trouble starting things, but once we get into it, man, we got a groove. So we're in a tricky kind of place right now, but I feel like higher self wants you to get to where you're really comfortable in your energy and really celebrating that, because there is power in that. There is the growth that can come from that I feel like is expansive. So I feel like with this, don't sell yourself short, Cancer. I feel like for the longest time we got this rep of just like, just being overly emotional and all these things, but I feel like it just comes from a lack of understanding. And then when we really learn to hone in and harness that power, let somebody else say that. Bet you're going to catch Cancer on the wrong one, and we're going to be able to communicate that better. Because it's like, Cancer, we don't need to be aggressive about it. It's just like, oh, okay, you think that's how we are? That's cute. But I'm sure you'll be hitting us up again when you need someone to take care of. You need some of that motherly energy. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll wait. So sassy, Cancer. Let's get to your challenge. So the fourth card is going to be your challenge and what's preventing you from getting to your higher self. So higher self, what is it? What challenges are Cancers coming to right now? What is keeping us from expressing our truth at this time? What are some roadblocks that are getting in our way? Oh, okay. This is what I'm talking about, Cancer. The Hermit. And this is the Hermit is about doing that journey within, doing that introspective work, and finding the wisdom from that. Because you get on his cane here, he's got an owl that's perched on here that's been carved into that, and the owl represents wisdom. And there's mad wisdom again coming from, if you can learn. Because picture this, Cancer. You know how I was talking about the moon, she's traveling through the phases, changing phases, going through the different signs. If you were find a way to really to tune into that and really harness that and really learn how you operate. I mean, I really don't know how to. The growth is going to be extraordinary, you know, and I feel like that's really where higher self just really wants us to really embody this energy here. I feel like there's almost been like a reluctance because, and here's another thing too, it's an. And this is not me making light of the disease cancer, but it's unfortunate that sometimes, like one of the jokes I remember one of my friends' brothers saying, it's just like, hey, I was like, oh wow, you're a cancer, such and such, and he's just like, I'm not a cancer, and it's just like, you know what I mean. So see, even stuff like that, it's like there's this denial of ourselves, even in that aspect. And sure, it comes across jokingly, but the universe kind of feels that kind of stuff, and those things kind of can compound. So I do feel like it's about really, really embracing ourselves wholly and really finding that light within ourselves and letting that shine for everyone to see. So hopefully that makes sense for you, Cancer. Let's keep this moving along here. Let's get on to your fifth card, which is going to be some environmental influences. Higher self, how has Cancer's environment kind of shaped them up until now? Let's see what environmental influences has been affecting us. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, okay. You got the Nine of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this is exactly what I was just talking about with that analogy. I feel like we haven't been able to find that fulfillment, you know, that because when you look at her here, she's satisfied with her cups here. You know, she's proud of what she's done. You know, that there's and I just love her jacket, but she's comfortable in herself, and she's comfortable with her, not even just her emotions, but with what they mean. She's got them on display here because the cups in the tarot can represent emotional matters, and then this is. And then here we got more dual nature here. We got Jupiter and Pisces here, and then Jupiter in Pisces is one of Pisces' rulers. So this is, I really feel like becoming comfortable in ourselves, you know, and I feel like what am I trying to spit at you, Cancer? What I'm getting with this is that our environment has really been. I feel like just hasn't been super supportive of who we are as a whole. You know, I feel like it just comes across as soft as opposed to rather than coming across as like subtle. Because that's where I feel like really Cancers are. We may not be like super aggressive, but we're subtle with our energy here. But let's get a little more clarification on that Nine of Cups. Higher self, can we have clarification on the Nine of Cups? Let's just get a little bit more on that. Okay. The Hanged One. So I feel like this is about fresh perspectives. And Cancer, like this is exactly what I was talking about. It's about removing, this is, in this deck, this is represented by Neptune energy. So it's removing those illusions, you know, that I feel like these stigmas that get put on our sign, and it's about realizing that we are more than just our emotions, or that if people are going to label us for that emotions, then we're going to channel into that strength, because maybe it could be too, maybe the people are just like, they're pointing out all this stuff because we don't have got a grip on them. So I feel like with this popping up, it's time to look at our emotions through a different lens. And look at this, Cancer. This Neptune is one of Pisces' rulers. Like, come on, there's an alignment here, and I'm not. I'm saying that because it's like Pisces is being true to themselves, like in this card energy right here, and that's what I'm getting here. It's just being true to ourselves and really showing people what that looks like. So. Or, you know, too, I normally don't say this. Some of you might have some Pisces in your chart. Check that, because we do have a lot of strong Pisces energy here so far. So, and you know, some Jupiter energy. So that might be something to check out as well as you're getting a bit, you know, a broader picture of yourself here. But let's move on to your sixth card here, which is going to be some personal issues. And this has to do with any kind of fears, anxieties, insecurities. So let's see what personal issues are we working with, higher self? What are some things that are kind of that Cancer's kind of keeping bottled up here? Cancer, your strength. I mean, this whole reading is just it's writing itself. It's a confidence thing. You know, that's what the strength card is about. This is Leo energy. This is about being proud in this energy, you know, and embracing that, to not look at it as an enemy. Look at how this relationship that she has with this lion here. I mean, she's put a whole flower wreath around this thing, and it's just there's a love and there's an admiration there. And then with this power, there's a respect there, because she understands that, like, we work together here. This is you and your higher self getting together right here, and getting in that and finding that balance, that harmony between this, because this is I feel like this is something that there is something trying to be channeled here, Cancer. And I've been feeling this for a while. There's something with the water signs, but, you know, Cancer, and this is not just me saying that because I'm a Cancer. This is saying the universe is asking us to really tap into this, Cancer. There's something powerful here waiting to be discovered, and we need to be proud of that and to really embrace that energy here. And this is not me trying to come at you. It's just because, and this is like, and I've been, take me, you're not the only one who's been kind of seeming like it's been catching it. It's just that I see this potential that you're bringing me here, because this is the energy that you're bringing me. I'm not just laying this stuff out here being like, oh, look at how awesome Cancer is. We need to tap into this stuff. These are things that I feel like we're trying to get brought to the surface here. So that's why, if it seems like I'm so passionate, it's just because you, Cancer, have so much potential. And us as a soul tribe, you know, even bigger than that, you know, us as a soul tribe has such potential. And it's like, we want to make sure that we're getting the most and being the best version of ourselves, Cancer. So let's move on to your 7th card here. And this is going to be about what you feel you should do, you know, what actions that you feel your gut is trying to tell you to take. So higher self, what does Cancer feel like they should do at this time? What is their spidey sense telling them at this moment? Oh, okay, my spidey sense is telling me that. Cancer are the moon, Pisces energy. I feel like all this Pisces energy and all this duality stuff here is finding that balance between with what we're working with here. Finding, and you know what? Because with the moon, this is also about represents illusions that we tell ourselves, and also, you know, as far as like making a decision, you know, we have these two options here. We can stay a slave to our emotions here, and which is fine. You know, everyone's journey is different. If we got to go down this path, you know, there's going to be mad growth from this side here too. But, you know, at some point we should remove the veil, because the moon is trying to invite us to new opportunities here. Because I know I think this is supposed to be a lobster, but, you know, we're in the crab family. So this is you, Cancer. And you know what? Every time this has popped up, when I had to go to this analogy, it's just like, who was a good example? I forgot, like, let's say, for example, Gemini, for example. It's like, Gemini, you're this crab, and it's just like, I know you're the twins, but stay with me. But Cancer, this is at least kind of relatable here. This is you, and we have a decision to make. You know, do we want to go, what path do you want to take? Do we want to ignore our emotions, or do we want to embrace them? And that's really what I'm kind of getting with this. It's, you know, the journey is going to be yours regardless, but I feel like you know that there's a choice that needs to be made. You know, that's really kind of where I'm getting with this moon card here. And to not be afraid of that choice, you know, before I move on from that, not to be afraid of this choice, because the moon is seen as the scariest card of the major arcana deck. And to feel and to really feel and to understand that can be terrifying. It can be a lot, but it's one of those things that you learn how to go at it at your own pace. I tell you, Cancer, it's insane what can happen here. Let's move on to your 8th card, because now this is going to be what you want to do, because there's a difference here. You know, I can, because you know you're in a safe space here, Cancer, and I wouldn't tell you what to do, and no one can tell you what to do. This is your decision here, and that's what this next card is going to be. It's about what do you want to do, because I can tell you about your potential. Your parents can tell you about your potential. Your friends, your lover, you know, everyone can tell you about this potential. But if you're not taking the action, if you don't want to do this thing, then it is your right. But let's just see what I will say, you know, and that's kind of what with this moon thing again, you know, whatever decision you're making, make sure is that what you want to do, and embrace, you know, what is going to come with that, both positive and negatives, and then work with those energies. But let's figure out what you want to do, Cancer. Higher self, what does Cancer want to do at this time? What do we want to do with this energy here? Oh, okay. You got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like with this energy here, Cancer, I feel like you want to get to this place of where, this is interesting energy here. I feel like with this 10 of Pentacles here, I feel like we're trying to stop the, I'm probably going to need a little clarification on that. Actually, Cancer, let's get a little clarification on that, because I'm feeling something to have to deal with kind of like with like family here. Let's get a little clarification on that. Higher self, can we clarify the 10 of Pentacles here? Because that's an interesting thing. Because 10 of Pentacles has to deal with legacies and kind of leaving your mark on the world. So I feel like maybe, you know what? And as is your right, Cancer, I feel like for some, you know, possibly, maybe we're just not in the place yet. You know, maybe you just want to kind of just like kick back and not embrace what that means yet. Let me clarify that. Higher self, let's clarify the 10 of Pentacles. Let me stop trying to force that. Let me see what's going on with that. Okay, is that what we're feeling? Yeah, that's what we're feeling. Okay, and that's fine, Cancer. And I feel this is only going to resonate for some, but I do. Now we got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, thank you, Higher Self. That's what I needed. With this energy here, I feel like it's just like what I was saying. Everybody can tell you to, you know, that there's all this potential, that there's that you can be this, you know, amazing Cancerian, but if you don't want to do this, because that's what I'm getting with this energy here, because 10 of Pentacles, because I feel like the 10 of Pentacles for me is kind of like your big picture here, you know, like when you decide to really embody who you are, your legacy will start to build, you know, your future starts to build, that stability starts to build. But with the Knight of Swords in reverse, this is about not having that, not really wanting to rise to the occasion, not wanting to meet that energy and tackle that head on. And again, Cancer, you are in a judgment-free zone here. I don't know where you're at on your journey. And so if you're not ready to tackle this yet, that is your right. It is. It's absolutely your right. I'm not mad at that. You have to tackle this. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's pace is different. And you should never compare yourself to anybody else. You know you best. At the end of the day, you are with you the most. So that's going to be one of those things. Because like when I got that, I was like, that can't be. But you know what? It absolutely can be, because if that's what you want, that's what it is. And really, Cancer, I really want to emphasize, there is not a problem with that. If you just want to kind of like, if you just need to sit back and process that, or you just need to go step across and go, we'll tackle this on a different day. I'm with it, because good for you for having the awareness to know that this is you're not in the headspace for it yet. I'll leave that there. So that's let's go on to your 9th card here. Let's talk about lesson number 9. Oh, it's lesson number 9. Card number 9, which is your lesson. What lessons can we get from this spread, Higher Self? Because you know what, Cancer, Even with that, all of that, I'm with this reading because I'm with this energy here. Let's talk about your lesson though. Higher self, what are some lessons that Cancer can get from this journey here? What are some okay. So before, because I normally don't do this, I'm feeling like either there's Pisces in your chart or there's a Pisces in your realm. Something's going on with the Pisces. Look into that, Cancer. That's where I'm going to leave that. But with this Ten of Cups, the lesson from this is as long as you are happy at the end of the day, again, what I think, what your mama thinks, what your daddy thinks, what your brother, your friends, etc. And I'm not trying to be smart here. As long as you're happy, that's what's going to matter at the end of the day. You know, this again is your journey. No one can live through this experience other than you. You know, you can tell people about it, but you're going through it every moment by moment. So that's going to be the lesson. And again, I'm with that. I support that 100%. As long as you are happy, Cancer, do it. Do your thing. And that's because that's all any of us could ask for. You know, as long as you're staying true to you. You know what? And this is another thing I've been saying too. You don't have to adapt to the world. You know, take this at your pace. The world will adapt to your energy here. The universe will match you whenever you're ready. All these opportunities are going to start opening up for you. So take all the time you need. Let's get to your last card here, Cancer. What is some advice? Higher self. Let's get some good old advice for Cancer. Okay. Yeah, what is some advice for you? Thank you, Higher Self, for this. And thank you, Cancer. Thank you for bringing this energy to me. This is, because I know this is, to have to put that kind of stuff out there, because believe me, I've been there too, where it's just like, you know what, like, I really can't be bothered right now. This is a lot, and I need everybody out of my face. This is just a lot right now. So I'm right there. I understand wholeheartedly. So, what are we doing? Advice. Got the Star card here, Cancer. So some advice, and I honestly, I feel like you're doing that. Trust your higher self. You know, because this little pot here, this vase. I know what this is, but I can't think of the word for it right now. This energy that's coming from here, this is from the source. God, Buddha, higher self, not being funny, however you connect to the source. It's about trusting your intuition and then manifesting your world around it. So, you know, let's move back here, Cancer. Yeah, I feel like, and I feel like that's what you're doing. And I feel like the advice is keep doing that. Trust your instinct. You know, if this is what where you and higher self are at, be in the space as long as you need to, because again, everybody's journey is different. And I want to make sure you understand that I'm not coming at you. You really are outside of your personal safe space. You're in a safe space here. So, you know, be who you are, but don't forget too that you are a star, Cancer. That you are more than how society defines you, how anyone defines you. You know, confidence. Believe in your strength, believe in yourself, and that's where could you possibly go wrong with that? You know, I like that. Let's leave that there, Cancer. That was well, and you know what? I don't know why I'm so surprised. I'm like, these self-growth ones have been really deep, but it's just like, duh, it's self-growth. Growth is deep, and you know, growth is it's real, and it's a journey. But you're not in this alone, Cancer. I got your back. Soul Tribe got your back. That's the whole reason I did this channel in the first place. You know, we're all about trying to raise that vibration together and wherever point in our journey we're at. So don't feel like if this resonated with you here and whatever, you know, whatever chunks you took out of it, you know, yeah, just follow your heart, Cancer. That's all I got. So let's do all the YouTube things. Like, share, subscribe. Check me out. Follow me on Facebook. Let's be friends on Facebook. I'm getting real Facebook savvy. And you know what, Cancer? I just did. And this may seem like a shameless plug, but or me just trying to get you over to something, but check out the Chariot and Friends. That's my channel for where I just do. It's just all things Cancer. You know. We talk about the moon phases, when she's void of course, what sign she's in, and I go check it out because I'm noticing that since starting this thing, I'm seeing even how I pull the cards, they're lining up with the energies and how this works. It's funny you know, I was talking about all this Pisces energies. When I'm pulling this stuff here, the moon is still in Pisces right now. So that could be, this could be, and you know what, I hadn't thought about that, Cancer. This could be our ruler trying to reach out to us too. Because she's, check it out. If you got the time, check that out. Let's get your, do I got anything else to tell you? All that's in the description box below, but let's get your surprise card here. 4 of Wands. And with the 4 of Wands, you know, this is a card of celebration, of kind of like, I'm getting like a you and your higher self kind of celebrating here, because I do feel like there's been, because even with this is a realization here. This is something that I feel like you had to be honest with yourself. You know, this is like, what do I want at this time? You know, what is my gut feeling? You know, this, you know, I feel like this is something to celebrate here. You know, you leveled up from this, Cancer. Whether you know it or not, there was a level up here. So celebrate that. You know, don't let this feel like, you know, if you're like, oh, well, gosh, I feel like I'm so far behind. You are exactly where you need to be at this point in time, Cancer. So just keep that in mind. And I feel like everything's going to be gravy. So yeah, I'll leave that there, Cancer. Stay safe out there. Keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.